encuentro entre los presidentes de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, y también el presidente de la República
there you can see Prime Minister of Saint Vincent and the Grenadines is right now addressing the audience on this event. These statements are about to inform the world about the agreements reached on the Essequibo dispute. Right now we are going to hear the statements of Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves to know about the outcomes of this encounter. There have been giving satisfactory results for the region and for the CELAC. It is an encounter that supports the peaceful democracy, and so President Nicolás Maduro has complied with the Gonsalves' letter, an open invitation to participate in this encounter. A high-level dialogue which have provided positive results for all countries, for all regional countries. Then, Ralph Gonsalves, the President pro tempore of CELAC and Prime Minister of Saint Vincent and Grenadines, is giving statements about the important, the noteworthy results to guarantee the peace in the region, to guarantee the peace in Latin America and the Caribbean. It is a need of all countries, and it is part of what is being constituted in the in the policies of these communities. And
nosotros podemos destacar lo que fue también la reunión que sostuvo el presidente constitucional de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro.
And then we will be hearing the statements of President Nicolás Maduro, and there in this meeting there have been participating other countries as observers, such as Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of Dominica, and later on we could have observed another encounter in which President of Guyana and President of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela gave a step forward to ensure their talks in peace, to guarantee and to sort out the Essequibo dispute. So we already know the Bolivarian diplomacy of peace, which have reached important results of peace in this region, a historical problem, a situation that could escalate tensions in the region, but it's not the case. It has not been the case because it is a situation that has been working on the grounds by the support of sister nations, and all these final statements has this nature, so those statements are being given by the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and Grenadines, the host of this event, to guarantee to diffuse the differences between these two states. So President Nicolás Maduro attended at this meeting to have the chance and the opportunity to give his opinion, the Venezuelan opinion and Venezuelan diplomacy on this dispute. So,
en la patria de Bolívar el pasado 3 de diciembre, en la participación del referéndum consultivo en defensa de la soberanía de la Guayana.
The consultative referendum on December 3rd has a binding nature, as all Venezuelans, all citizens of Venezuela cast their vote to give their opinion on this Essequibo dispute, in accordance with, in compliance with the articles of the Venezuelan Constitution 71, 70, and 5. So we will continue observing the statements of Ralph Gonsalves, who's addressing the national and international media.
Ambos mandatarios, es decir, el presidente Nicolás Maduro y el presidente de Guyana, Irfan Ali, tuvieron la oportunidad incluso de estrechar las manos.
So both presidents, Nicolás Maduro and Ali, shake hands and attempt and hold talks in a peaceful way, in a respectful way, and that's the way they should address this conflict, to be able to to pursue an activation of diplomatic resources to sort out this dispute. On December 14, 2023, in St. Vincent and Grenadines, President of Guyana and President of Venezuela have been holding talks on the Essequibo dispute. These debates have been facilitated by the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and Grenadines and President pro tempore Ralph Gonsalves and Prime Minister of Dominica and head of CARICOM, Roosevelt Skerrit, alongside Celso Amorim, Consular and personal envoy of President Lula da Silva acted as main interlocutors, and there were present leaders of the Caribbean, Prime Minister of Bahamas, Prime Minister of Barbados, Prime Minister of Grenadines, Prime Minister of Saint Lucia's, Prime Minister of Saint Kitts and Nevis, and Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And UN representatives were present here, and Secretary General of the Department of Policy Affairs and of Peace of the United Nations, and Álvaro Leiva Duran participated as well, representing Colombia, and Deputy Minister of Honduras. All sides attending the encounter of St. Vincent and Grenadines reiterated their commitment for Latin America and the Caribbean continue to be a zone of peace. They agreed on Guyana and Venezuela wouldn't attack each other in any contest. And the second one, they just agreed that any controversy between both states will be sorted out within the international rights, including the Geneva Agreement of 1966. They are committed in the search of a good neighbor and peaceful coexistence in Latin America and the Caribbean. They take notes that Guyana is being committed with the International Court of Justice of this dispute, and they just take notes. They took notes that Venezuela doesn't recognize the International Court of Justice. And 6, they agree that both states will abstain in a word or fact of escalate any tensions between them. Both states will cooperate to avoid incidents on the ground that will lead to tensions between them. In case an incident of this kind would occur, both states will communicate between each other, or the CARICOM and CELAC and President of Brazil will participate to avoid such incidents, to control it. And so they will be dealing these issues, and there will be an update in a third month term. Both states agreed that Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves, President pro tempore of CELAC, and Roosevelt Skerrit, head of CARICOM, and President Luis Ignacio Lula da Silva of Brazil will continue as interlocutors in this issue. And UN Secretary General as observer. To avoid any doubts, the role of Prime Minister Gonsalves will continue after Saint Vincent and Grenadines will leave the presidency pro tempore. And as well as because it will continue as member of CARICOM. Well, and to consider any issue
regarding
this dispute, well, 10. We expressed our gratitude to Prime Ministers Gonsalves and Skerrit, Lula, President Lula and Celso Amorim, and all Prime Ministers of CARICOM present here, to all CARICOM's officials, to CELAC, and to the head of CELAC, and to Mr. Douglas for their respective roles in this meeting. We express our gratitude to the people of St. Vincent and Grenadines and to the government for their hospitality in this meeting, dated on December 14, 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks. Have a good evening.
Escuchábamos hace momentos entonces las declaraciones de los miembros del CARICOM y la CELAC, de manera observadores internacionales, que ofrecieron una declaración con 11
these
puntos
were
en Kingston.
the statements. There were 11 points